So today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. Today's video I will be bringing you guys my weekly video of top 5 sports cards that are absolutely on fire right now. But before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I have my Sports Card Invest membership program. My report is actually dropping today to my premium members, and I basically have piled together so many undervalued cards that, I believe will be going up soon, and then some cards I believe should be sold right now, and then some long-term underground NBA investments. So if you guys are interested in making some money with me, go ahead, click the link below to head to my website, sportscardsinvest.com. You can use code YouTube to get you 10% off, and I've been able to predict a lot of trends that start to emerge before, the market picks up. For example, I was able to tell when first year Prism, 2012 Prism was going to skyrocket. I bought a lot of them before they went up like crazy. Same thing with first year Optic. So if you guys are interested in being on top of trends, making some money with me, it's only $6.99 for the month or $40 for the year. So yeah, go ahead, do that if you would like. My Instagram is sportscardinvest if you guys have any questions. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So the first card, we're actually going to start off with one football player before we head into our basketball, which is Lamar Jackson's Rookie Prism PSA 10. It's been going absolutely nuts recently. We're going to go ahead into sold listings. And as you guys can see, one recently raw sold for $416. They have been selling constantly over $2,000 for a PSA 10. Which is absolutely incredible. One sold, I don't know if that's like a fake buy, but one sold for $3,000, which is quite crazy. If we date back just a little bit, they were around $1,400 last week. So they've already risen like $600 in the last week. And if we date back even further, they were much cheaper, $900 at the end of June. So in a matter of around 2 to 3 weeks, this card has more than doubled, which is absolutely insane. Lamar Jackson, even his other cards like his optics have gone crazy. Basically all Lamar Jackson cards have kind of gone crazy. My opinions on it, I would personally sell right now. I know there could still be another 30-40% in it, but obviously with how much it's gone up, I would take your profits, move it into some guy who has the potential to do this, right? Because Jackson cannot, I guess go too crazy from here. Maybe up to like Patrick Mahomes' level is probably his ceiling. But I would probably personally sell if I had any left. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into the next guy, which is Marvin Bagley's Prism Rookies PSA 10. Marvin Bagley is still a great buy in my opinion. As you guys can see, this card is around $70 for a PSA 10. I remember when you used to be able to get these for around like $20 to $30 a few weeks ago, I would say. We're going to date back to around June, which is when I believe they were going really cheap. So June, as you guys can see, you could get silvers for $140. Now silvers are a lot higher. And you would be able to get base prisms for less than $60, I believe. I remember seeing these on Facebook groups all day for $40, and now all of a sudden they're nearly $100, which is quite crazy. You can't get, even prisms silvers are nearly $200 for a PSA 10. So Bagley's had quite the come up. I can see a lot more happening with this cards just because as we see guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. go up a lot. Bagley's right there in that conversation. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into the next guy, which is Karis Levert. Karis Levert's some guy I've been buying, for a while. But he's definitely, his cards have risen quite recently, honestly. As you guys can see, you couldn't have got, honestly, there weren't many graded of his on the market. As you can see, you could get like a PSA 10 Ruby Wave in May for $46. Now that would be getting you into the hundreds. As of July, PSA 9s have been rising to around $30 to $40. As you guys can see, most recently, look at that, $157 for a PSA 10. That is quite crazy. These were literally not even worth grading a few weeks ago, just because nobody really paid attention to Karis Levert. You could get a lot of 16 for $55. And now that's, even raw, you can't find these very cheap. Like $4 around a month ago. Now raw is costing you about 15 to $20, which is quite crazy. I definitely think Levert has more room to grow. As you guys can see, $16 for a raw Karis Levert. I definitely, see him continuing to grow. I think a lot of this hype, personally, if I were to take a guess, is because Kyrie and Durant are out, and the Nets will be in the playoffs. So Karis Levert could, maybe drop 40 points like we've seen him do before, which would be quite crazy. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next guy, which is Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell has been going up a lot recently. Similar to Levert, he wasn't even worth grading a few weeks ago. And now his, as you guys can see, silver is selling for $150 plus. Even his base going for $90. That's quite insane, because his cards were not even worth anything, really, just a while ago. As you guys can see, June, you could get these crazy fast break autos for like $4. You could get silvers for $40. And now all of a sudden you can't, get them for these prices anymore. We're going to go ahead, date back. Okay, so there are obviously not many sales. We're going to actually search in just his regular Prism without, not graded, because obviously once they're graded, I still think there are a lot probably that are getting graded now, which definitely is going to, I guess, hurt the value, but the Clippers are going to make a long playoff run, so I definitely think he's still a good buy for his prices, but they have definitely, risen to quite insane levels. $15 for a base. We're going to date back to like June and see what these were going for. Obviously less than around $5. I remember seeing these on Facebook for around $5. As you guys can see, $1.50 as of May. So that's gone up nearly 10x in around a month or two, which is quite good. Obviously, Montrezl Harrell is a big piece of the Clippers. So I think his, he has some room to go up, especially because there's such a low pop on his cards. 2015-16 Prism. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our last guy. You guys know who this man is, I'm sure. LeBron's tops, they've been going through the roof recently, but, as of late, they've been just absolutely hitting new levels. I've seen these sell, as you guys can see, raw is going around $400. Basically, these cards have been going nuts. There's not another way to put it. It's LeBron. He's going in year 17. Obviously one of the greats, probably top 2 player of all time. I know there's going to be people who think there's LeBron's a GOAT. And, I believe I'm kind of split between LeBron and Jordan. But personally, LeBron is an insane investment. If we see where Jordan's prices are, LeBron's PSA 9s you could grab for $700. Now they're around $1,400. In a matter of 2 months. LeBron's just really heating up throughout the playoffs. I can see his cards continuing to rise. I definitely regret not buying more LeBron. I love LeBron as a player. He's definitely gonna, have an insanely good chance at winning the championship this year. But at the same time, his prices are sky high. So you have to take that risk reward, I guess, ratio into perspective. And definitely, I've seen these sell for insane amounts lately. PSA 10s I've seen hit over 5,000 on Facebook. It's just, the LeBron train's continuing. You can't get these for the prices you could get them just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Every week, it seems like they're going up 20 to 30%. So, some guy to keep your eyes on. And definitely, I think if he doesn't win the championship this year, though, these could cool off just because his expectations are so high that he's going to win the finals, win MVP. Yet, if Giannis wins MVP, who knows what's going to happen. But, definitely long term, this is one of the best investments you can make. LeBron's going to hit levels like Jordan one day, I feel. And he's going to stay relevant for the rest of his life. So I can definitely see his, cards doing very well. But, yeah, that's pretty much been the video. Once again, if you guys do want to go ahead and sign up for my membership program, sportscardsinvest.com, And yeah, other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm out.